Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Suratun Najm, the star. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. By the star when it sets, your companion errs not, nor does he deviate, nor does he speak out of desire. It is not but revelation that is revealed. One mighty in power has taught him, the Lord of strength, so he attained to perfection, and he is in the highest part of the horizon. Then he drew nearer yet, so he was the measure of two bows, or closer still. So he revealed to his servant what he revealed. The heart was not untrue in seeing what he saw. Do you then dispute with him as to what he saw? And certainly he saw him in another descent. At the farthest lote tree, near it is the garden of abode. When that which covered the lote tree, the eye turned not aside, nor did it exceed the limit. Certainly he saw of the greatest signs of his Lord. And those first 18 verses, this chapter was taught in full. And remember the he, obviously Muhammad is a male, but aside from that, we're going to go into the gender neutral aspect here. But in Surah 17:1 and 17:60, we find mention of the ascent, and this is also reference to that journey, and psychologically and emotionally sound. The prophets of God are ones that don't, they're not speaking their own doctrine. It's not what they desire, it's what they're teaching. And think of that in context of this next one. Afara'aytum Lata wal-Uzza wa Manata Thalithatal Ukhra. Have you then considered Lat and Uzza, and another, the third, Manat? And when this was said, some of the Quraysh shouted out something about how these are crows whose intercession is much availed. And this wasn't what Muhammad said. The satanic verses were the couple lines that were shouted out by some in the crowd when this chapter was first said. But are the males for you, and for him the females? This indeed is an unjust division, and that's something about Tilk, Al-Qaranik, Al-Ula, wa inna shafa'ata huna la turtaja. And it doesn't make any sense before and after, and what we're going to see in verse 23. How can anybody believe that this is anything but the mention of people who disbelieved among the crowd? They are not but names which you have named. you and your fathers. Allah has sent no authority for them, and they follow but conjecture and what their souls desire, and certainly the guidance has come to them from their Lord. Or shall humanity have what he wishes? But for Allah is the hereafter and the former. And how many angels are in the heavens, whose intercession avails not, except after Allah gives permission to whom he pleases and chooses. And any claim of missing verses and such in the Qur'an, linguistically it doesn't make sense. The flow is very strong in these passages. I mean, as far as it doesn't sound like there's something missing in the middle. And thematically and other reasons appear why to reject such stories of parts of the Qur'an that used to be parts of the Qur'an that are not within. Surely those who believe not in the hereafter name the angels with female names, and they have no knowledge of it, and they follow but conjecture, and surely the conjecture avails not against truth. And as what I shared showed, it doesn't mesh linguistically in with the pattern between, 20 and 21. Surely those who believe not in the hereafter name the angels with female names, and they have no knowledge. The ancient Egyptians tended to put a female glyph after the names of the angels, and that didn't necessarily mean that they were calling them females, but the Arabs who could not speak the language could have come to such conclusions. And they have no knowledge of it, and they follow but conjecture, and surely conjecture avails not against truth. So shun him who turns back upon our reminder and desires nothing but this world's life, and that is their goal of knowledge. Surely thy Lord knows best him who strays from his path, and he knows best him who goes aright. And the laws is whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, that he may reward those who do evil for that which they do, and reward those who do good with goodness, those who avoid the great sins and the indecencies. But the passing idea, surely thy Lord is liberal and forgiving. He knows best when he brings you forth from the earth, and when you are embryos in the wombs of your mothers. So ascribe not purity to yourselves. He knows him best who guards against evil. Seest thou him who turns back and gives a little, then withholds? Has he the knowledge of the unseen, so that he can see? Or has he not been informed of what is in the scriptures of Moses and Abraham, who fulfilled that no bearer of a burden bears another burden, and that humanity can have nothing but what he strives for, and that his striving will soon be seen, and that he will be rewarded for it with the fullest reward, and that to thy Lord is the goal, and that he it is who makes them laugh and makes them weep, and that he it is who causes death and gives life, and that he creates pairs, the male and the female, from the small life germ when it is adapted, and that he has ordained the second bringing forth, and that he is who gives wealth and contentment, and that he is the Lord of Cyrus. Serious, because the ancient Egyptians and even some of the Arabs believe that Sirius was the provider. But Ushe'ura was not, God was the provider of that. I mean, God was the provider of the big star of the night. And that he destroyed the first odd and the mood, so he spared not. And the people of Noah before surely they were most iniquitous and inordinate, and the overthrown cities he hurled down, so there covered them that which covered. Which then of thy Lord's benefits wilt thou dispute? This is a warner of the warners of old. The near event draws nigh, and there is none besides Allah to remove it. Wonder you then at this announcement, and do you laugh and not weep while you sport? And remember the prostration after this verse: the nose and the forehead, each hand, each knee, each foot. So bow down in prostration before Allah and serve Him. Fasjudu lillahi wa'abudun. And so I guess it's time that I should share, or could share, my dream from the 13th of Ramadan. The last half of between dusk and dawn. And there were black, smoky, like cones, I guess you could say, in each corner. Like, smoke in the shape of, funnels, I guess. But nothing was damaged by these funnels. It was just there was quite the emptiness in between, but an emptiness of a calm sort of nature. And there was a sound there, but I don't remember what the sound was at the moment. It was a patterned sound.